So one of my core values in teaching and something that I try to bring into my classroom every single day is student voice. And I think that this is so important because I think that it puts the responsibility for learning squarely on the shoulders of the kids, because they know at any moment they may be called up to teach and to help one another. And we all know that you can't teach something that you yourself don't know. So they feel that pressure and that urgency to make sure that they're learning so that they can be the student teacher, which is something that they all really want to be. Also, I think that it makes them the heroes of their own education instead of being teacher directed and teacher led all the time, where we're up there pouring knowledge and content into their heads and having control over everything. We're kind of releasing control over to them, and that's a scary thing and it's hard, but they love it, and it makes them feel like they have a control of their own education. One of the ways that I do that is I try to make everything I do duplicatable. So when I'm teaching standards, I try to ground them in movement and hand motions so that they're memorable, so that they become concrete, and so that when students come up and teach the target, they remember them and they're able to do the hand motions with them. I also try to engage them into deeper learning through classroom discussion, and one of my mottos is we learn better together. And so doing this has been kind of a trial and error thing. I tried to do the popcorn thing, didn't work so well for me. So last year my class kind of came up with some different hand motions that they would use to show their thinking to one another, and that they would be able to call on one another based on their hand motion.
Okay, guys, we're going to try to say everyone stand up.
Okay. I can ask and answer thin questions and thick questions and connect my answer back to the text. Okay, class, teach. Okay. I can ask and answer thin questions and thick questions and connect my answers back to the text. So we're going to go over some of the thin and thick questions that you wrote. And before we start our discussion time, we want to remember our hand signals that we use when we discuss. If we would like to agree with someone, what do? Show us your hand signal for agree. All right, if we are disagreeing with someone, everybody, what do? Like this. If we would like to add on to what somebody is saying, we go like this. And last but not least, if we want to make a different point and change the whole subject, we will do this, like we're changing the station on the TV, okay? So those are our hand signals. Oh, also, thank you for reminding me. If we have a question about what somebody said, we'll just do this. We'll do our question mark. Now, we use our hand signals every time somebody talks. Your job is to put up a hand signal to let them know what you're thinking. And then they will call on you, okay? And we also have ways that we talk to each other. And our reminder is that we're fresh. In Miss Boone's class,
We are so fresh, super focused, and respect. Keep eye contact and stand to speak. Don't forget your hands complete.
okay, awesome.
Of the day, and it's my question. The question is, do you think that Robin Hood is a hero or a villain? Make sure that your answer also connects back to the text. Ready? Go. Okay, give you some think time. All right, Jonathan, start the conversation for us.
I think he's a villain because, according to the text on page 4, the illustration shows Robin Hood holding a knife up to a rich person, having a knife stuck up to her neck.
Okay, but you're not talking to me, you're talking to your classmates.
Kevin.
According to the text on page 10, I think that Robin Hood is a villain because page 10 it says, "Come here and take your punishment," called Robin Hood. The king thought Wat would just receive only attack. Instead, he got a blow that knocked him to the ground.
Oh,
No.
I disagree because that.
I want to remind you really quickly that we stand to speak and we speak loudly with expression and our hands complete our thoughts.
I disagree because according to the text in page 11, it says.
All right, everybody go to page 11.
But the Pharaoh arrow shot was listening to the president. There's one time he struck an inch outside the garden, and since it struck an inch outside the garden, he got a blow in the head. So how does that mean that he's bad? Since
I disagree with you, and also I want to
But wait, why do you disagree?
disagree because that doesn't say how he's a villain. It's just saying he's getting a punishment.
Don't look at me. Look at your people that you're talking to.
I want to add on to what Jonathan said, where on the introduction where he's holding up a knife to the person. It also says they stole. Robin and his merry men lived in the Sherwood Forest. Even though Robin and his band were outlaws, they stole from the rich and gave money to the poor. Stealing could be a villainous thing.
I think he's a villain, and on page 7, he stole from the king, and it says, sure enough, Robin Hood and his man stopped them after they entered the forest and took king's pouch of gold.
I think that he's a hero because according to the text on page 14, it says, he saw Robin Hood that truly was one of the most loyal subjects. King Richard also knew that Robin was the best archer in England. He wanted him by his side. Ariana?
I would like to add on the plan because according to the text on page 7, it says, but Robin returned 1/3 of the gold to the Britannic Abbey because he never left any man in need. Robin Hood was pleased with these churchmen because they seemed happy to be in his company.
So explain to him why that.
Because he never wants to leave a man in need. That means he's really nice. That means he's being nice to him.
I disagree with Ashley because he's stealing for a good reason. He's giving money to the poor. How could that be evil, giving money to the poor?
I disagree with you, Noah, because how would you like it if somebody stole your gold?
Well, I'm not rich. That's the thing. I'm not rich.
I want to disagree with Noah because just because he's stealing it for a reason, he's also holding a knife up to his neck. You think that's good? You like if someone stole your money and held a knife up to your neck and gave it to someone else?
What they do?
You think that ain't villainous? Oh yeah. Gavin?
If he probably if he did, tried to resist, Robin Hood probably would have he probably would have did that, and that would have made him, because he's still stealing. He's still doing the crime. He's still stealing.
Interesting. Hand signals on that because they're saying yes, he's giving to the poor, but at the end of the day, he's still holding a knife to somebody's neck. And like Mackenzie said, how would you feel if that was you? I'd like to see your hand signals on whether you think that it is okay to steal from the rich if you're giving it to the poor. Does that make it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what our learning pit looks like for this particular activity. So over here we have where we're diving into our challenge, and you know, this is hard work and this is a challenge, but who loves a challenge?
I do, she does, he does, we do.
We all love a challenge. We're not afraid of a little bit of hard work. We're diving into the pit, and here it is with our first part. I have an answer to this question, but I'm having a hard time connecting it back to the text. So if that's you, you will put your sticky note right here. Now, we can move a little bit further into the pit, into the land of yet, and that is, I don't have this yet. I'm getting there, I'm working hard, but I'm not quite there yet. And that's if you can explain your answer, and you can find at least one or two places in the text to connect it back to. That would be you right here. And this is the land of Eureka, where you got it, and you are out of the pit, and then you are looking to help other people out of the pit. And that's you if you can clearly explain your answer, and you can find three places in the text to connect it to. All right, so I have you guys, you already put your sticky notes up here, and we'll talk a little bit about why you felt like you were this particular point in the pit. Okay, so Nolan, you rated yourself over here where you're just diving into the challenge and you don't feel quite comfortable yet placing yourself in the land of Eureka. So why did you put yourself there?
Because I needed help.
Okay, what was it in particular that you needed help with? Look at our success criteria. You put yourself where it says, I have an answer, but I'm having a hard time connecting it back to the text. Did you find that to be true? Okay, and what was hard about that?
The hard thing about that was I couldn't find enough like things about if like Robin Hood was like a thief.
Okay, and so since you had a hard time with that, you put yourself there, and what did you do in order to help yourself out?
I got help from Miss Thing.
So you joined my table and we worked together on it. Okay, thank you so much, Nolan. All right, so Ashlyn, where did you put yourself on the learning pit?
I put myself over here,
Okay, and why?
almost to Eureka.
Almost to Eureka. Okay, why did you put yourself there?
Well, I needed help at first. I thought I needed the support to help me, but then I realized I was doing it by myself, checking over my work, and it made sense when I did my writing.
Okay, so then you went off on your own and you ended up doing it on your own? Okay, and so why at first did you feel like you needed support?
Because usually I do, and sometimes it's just very hard for me to undo things by myself.
Okay, and so how did you feel when you realized that you really didn't need the support of a partner?
I felt really good and better for myself, and I can start working by myself, and I can maybe pass to get to 4th grade and do all that hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you put yourself just at the edge of you almost have this. What do you think you can work on, or what area do you think you need to improve on so that you can get to Eureka?
Maybe just like how I'm going to describe it. I had a little trouble wording it, and then I got it, and I think once I start getting a little bit better, I can get it to Eureka.
Okay, so Gavin, where did you put yourself on the learning pit?
I put myself in the land of Eureka.
And why do you think that you are there?
Because I went back in the text, and I could easily connect my 3 places that were in the text.
Okay, so now that you're in the land of Eureka, what is your job?
To help the people in the learning pit, like down here and up there.
Okay, and what are some ways that you can do that?
Maybe like be partners with them next time,
Okay,
or just help them.
all right, thank you so much.